Demi Lovato is an extremely interesting individual. Singer, songwriter, and actress who landed her first major television role way back in 2002 when she was hired to perform in the children's show Barney Friends. She later joined forces with Disney and acted in the film Camp Rock in 2008 as well as the film sequel. Demi was born in Albuquerque, New Mexico, though her family split after her parents divorced in 1994 when Demi was just 2 years old. Because of this, Demi moved to Dallas, Texas, where she was raised and began learning musical instruments such as piano and guitar. Around the age of 10, Demi realized that she was interested in acting and began taking acting classes, which later helped her land her role in Barney and Friends. From here, much of Demi's career is likely already well known. She appeared in several Disney Channel series, with her most memorable being Sunny with a Chance. Around this time, she began working alongside several music producers and recording artists and developed a full-length album which was released in 2008. Demi Lovato's personal life has been a bit controversial in recent years, as she is known to have gotten heavily involved with drugs, seemingly on, multiple occasions. She has since gotten clean and has been very vocal about her progress on social media, and she appears to be doing quite well for herself now. Though one interesting part of her life that most people are largely unaware of is that Demi Lovato has dated some fairly interesting men who you might not have expected. Many of these relationships were short-lived, but others lasted a fair amount of time. Cody Linley is an individual who you likely had no idea dated Demi very briefly. Cody met Demi when she was first beginning her major acting career around 2008. The two met when Demi had just found her way to Hollywood and had begun working alongside Disney. During this time, Demi met a plethora of new people, Cody Linley being one of them. She and Cody became good friends, and eventually the two decided to go out on a date. In an interview that Cody shared with 17 magazine, he states that the date with Demi was one of the most up and down nights of his life. He stated that he was extremely excited to be going on a date with her, though several roadblocks kept getting in the way, including his car breaking down while he was on his way to pick her up. And it seems as though the date went mostly fine from there. It's certainly a scary situation to be heading to pick up such a lovely young woman, but potentially have to cancel due to unforeseen circumstances. Alex De Leon is another one who you might have never guessed. Alex is the lead singer of the popular band The Cab, a rock band from Las Vegas. The Cab has made quite a name for themselves with their career beginning around 2004. They first rose to fame in the late 2000s, eventually signing to Fueled by Ramen Records. Alex is just a couple years older than Demi, but the two seem to have hit it off pretty well. There is very little information available about the relationship, as it only lasted for a handful of months, though the two of them share numerous social media photos. Cyrus is a name that is likely familiar to you, as he is Miley Cyrus's older brother. He is around 4 years older than Demi, with him stating in an interview with People magazine that the two of them grew close over several months. Cyrus is a member of the popular punk band Metro Station. This group was most active in the mid to late 2000s, and their fame dramatically tapered off afterward. Trace told People magazine that he did his best to make the relationship work, but their schedules were simply too opposing. They were both on tour and extremely busy with their work life, which left little time for the two of them to have any sort of a romantic connection with one another. Trace also blames the failure of the relationship on the age gap between the two. When they began dating, Trace was 20 and Demi was just 16. He added that this difference certainly added a nail in the coffin of their relationship, but was only one of many obstacles the two faced. The relationship appears to have ended mutually, but it remains unclear if the two are friends to this day. This next relationship is kind of a bit strange. Joe Jonas is one of the more popular names to be featured on this list, though he and Demi were known to have been extremely close friends before the relationship began. In fact, on multiple occasions they referred to each other as brother and sister. At some point during their friendship, things began to take a turn and the two became romantically involved. This is a relationship that many fans are quick to point out when mentioning Demi's romantic life. However, you may be surprised to know that this relationship only lasted for a couple of months. After that, the two decided to break up but remain very close friends. Allegedly, they are still friends to this day. This relationship is by far Demi's longest lasting. Demi and Wilmer Valderrama are known to have dated for at least 6 years, with the two being extremely close with one another. It's impressive that considering both of their busy schedules, they were able to make the relationship last for such a long time. Demi recalls her time spent with Wilmer as being one of the greatest experiences of her life. In an interview with Latina magazine, she stated, "I've been blessed enough to have him in my life, not just as my man, but also as my best friend." The reasoning behind their breakup isn't well known, though many fans have made speculations about the cause. We won't weigh in here since we don't want to start rumors, but it is heartbreaking to see such a long-term relationship fall apart in this way. After Wilmer, Demi took to dating Guilherme Vasconcelos, an MMA fighter. The two announced that they begun dating on Instagram in early 2017, with the two sharing seemingly countless photos with one another. The two seem to be extremely happy together, though rather unexpectedly they called it off. Their relationship only lasted around 2 months, and since the breakup, they have both deleted all of their Instagram photos together. Demi Lovato's most recent boyfriend has been Mike Johnson, star of the hit TV show Bachelorette. They appear to have been involved with one another since July of 2019, though there have been rumors since posted that the two have split. These rumors remained unconfirmed, so we can't say anything for sure. But after all this time, it seems as though Demi Lovato may be single once more.